And that's part of why I come up with the next business idea, because I'm looking for somewhere, looking for the out and looking for a space to be creative, because I can't be creative because I'm doing all of the jobs. Hi, my name is Priscilla Grant. I'm a serial entrepreneur, a wife, a mother, and a new grandmother. I run a $1 million pediatric home healthcare agency and a government contracting business. Today, we're going to be talking about struggles in business with my husband and business partner, Copeland Grant.
Hi, guys.
So, husband,
Yes.
let's talk about some of our challenges, some of our struggles running 2 businesses, having 4 children, and a new grandchild.
Yes.
Where do you start?
Struggles. Well, when it comes to, I mean, like, where we start? Like, what's your business?
Biggest business struggles right now.
The biggest business struggle is, it's kind of chaotic sometimes. That to me is one of the struggles. It's not, okay, all right. Let me get relaxed here. So look, it's like this. You work at McDonald's or you work another job, and everything's set up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when you're an entrepreneur, sometimes trying to find those systems or things to help your business run,
Your organization.
to help it run right, that's not always the case.
Well, I think one of the biggest things is that you start your business and all you're focused on is making money, getting business and getting clients. And then you get that and you're making money, but now you have to go back and create processes and create strategies to either keep the money coming in, grow the business, or just sustain what you have sometimes.
Right.
So that's been a really big challenge because I am I don't know, I like to,
Do it yourself.
yeah, it's hard for me to, first of all, it was hard for me to ask for help just in life in general. I rarely call people and ask for help. I like helping people.
Right.
That's what I do, and that's what I feel like I do well. So to ask for help or be a burden on somebody else, it's not easy for me. So I've done everything myself in life. So now I get in business and I take that same mentality. Which goes back to you coming
on and helping and trying to, I guess, integrate myself into the businesses. It was a struggle, and kind of got it together and communicated. I kind of communicated to you that, I'm a worker, and I'm trying to transition to being that business owner.
Which is you saying, like, I keep everything in my
And yeah, and it's like a vault. Like it's trying to, like, it's like pulling teeth. I don't know. I'm gonna just be honest with you. It is one of the most, to me, the challenges are for me is coming into the business after working for 21 years and then trying to, get my wife to give me some type of blueprint or something to say, hey, what do I got to do when it's not that you don't have processes, but you got to come up with the processes. And then once I get it and read it, oh, okay, now I can work and do.
So for me, you're the cook in the house.
Okay.
Right?
Yes, I am.
You cook the meals. Everybody's waiting to see what Pops is going to cook today. Right? So it's kind of like when you're in the kitchen, you're doing your thing.
Right.
I'm over there like, hey, babe, you need any help? You're like, I got it. I got the mac and cheese in the oven. I got the greens on. I got the ribs on the grill. And I'm about to drop, like it's all in your head.
Right.
So it's hard for me to jump in and be like, oh, I'm going to go check this, or oh, I'm going to go cut up the greens, or oh, I'm going to go do this, because you've already set the timer. You've already set the plan, the strategy in your head. Right. Every once in a while, you're like, hey, can you butter those rolls? But Okay. But you know, like that's how business is for me.
Oh, that's a great analogy. I never thought of it in those terms or those ways how you presented it. I never thought of it like that. Wow.
So it's
Um,
like, I'm sure you could use my help.
Pleasure.
You're
I
like,
get it. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I don't want to teach her this new secret recipe. I don't have the time for that. Like, I know what I put in my greens, and to sit down and be like, so I put a teaspoon of whatever. It's time consuming. So you
Right.
just kind of do it.
So the challenges. What are the challenges for you? Like,
Mm. One, one of my biggest challenges is that well, again, this is a life challenge, setting boundaries, which I took a challenge in life. And that's one of the biggest things about entrepreneurship. A lot of the struggles you have in your everyday life, if you don't get a hold of those, you will take them into your business. I've had an issue setting boundaries with people in my life. So I have issues setting boundaries with my clients and my employees. My clients have my cell phone number. My employees have my cell phone number. It's not until I'm getting calls and texts at 2 and 3 in the morning that I'm like, hey, like, can you wait until there's a morning
it's like business hours.
You've had to be like, no, you need to establish business hours. Don't answer your phone after 5. Don't
Right.
answer on the weekend, which was really hard for me.
Right.
So I've set that standard in my business, and now it's overwhelming.
Right.
Now when we go on vacation, my phone has to be on. I have to have Wi-Fi. I get on the plane and I instantly purchase the Wi-Fi, just in case somebody's texting or so that's a really big struggle, and it's overwhelming because I feel like I always need to be on guard.
You know, I it's hard. Like I tell you all the time, when we're running these businesses to see you, and I feel like I throw you the life preserver, but it's like you're drowning still, and it's hard for me to see because I like working. This is a great dynamic when it comes to us in the businesses. Um, but it makes, for me, I always say, it can make a person bitter, or like
What's the business?
towards
The English. What's the business? Times I do, and when we discuss that, I'm ready to sell it. I'm done. I'm over this. I don't want to deal with this. And that's part of why I come up with the next business idea because I'm looking for somewhere, looking for the out, and looking for a space to be creative because I can't be creative because I'm doing all of the jobs.
right. And again, like I mean, if what I'm learning now, I'm just um, listening to you and then other people that I know, but like just start putting those systems in place. You must, try to get a system in place, and I just it's just hard to see it. Just
So that's created some challenges
yeah,
in the marriage too
it has.
because you sometimes we're together, like we'll be together and we'll be out or we'll get home from being out all day and you'll go, I miss you. And I'm like, we've been together since this morning. But
But you're lost in the sauce, baby. You're deep. You're buried in stuff because, and I just kind of let you do your thing,
yeah.
and as much as I say, I'd be like, I say I miss you. I really do miss you. And it could be and let's just say it could be for days like this because whether we got to write a proposal for a contract or we gotta do something for the kids or the dog sick or something.
Yeah.
Your grand, your fam, it's just it's something. So it's a strain, it's
So we recently got an apartment this
yes.
past year. So we have a house in Atlanta.
Yes.
And then we got an apartment in the city.
Mm-hmm.
And that apartment was supposed to be our getaway. And we didn't get away often, but when we got away, we got away. And you would say, like, oh, you're different. When we're at the apartment, we're different. I'm different. And honestly, we've had this conversation with the therapist. When we go on vacation, it takes me a couple of days to relax. One, because the environment is new. I have to get comfortable. I have to get relaxed in a new space. But the thing about the apartment, I didn't want to Airbnb it.
Right.
I didn't want, we could just go get a hotel. But I got to make that space mine. I got to put in fuzzy carpet and a beautiful couch and a bed with a lift and a wine fridge and all the things I like. So every time I walked in that space, it was mine.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I like the apartment. It just has this woosah moment. You know what I'm saying? You go in there and it's just us in there, and that's the reason we got it for us.
But when I'm home,
it's just chaos. It's back to the grind, or it's back to work.
Yeah, and that's tough. Like emotionally, sexually, mentally. Like I have to get out of my head and get out of my way sometimes to come back to being a wife, and come back to that space. So
yeah, I mean, it has its challenges. I mean, I be wanting to complain. I be wanting to say something. I be in my feelings sometimes, but it's, to me, it's the sacrifice, and I'm okay with that because I get my time back. I get it back in other ways.
Yeah.
So I might not get it today, but I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it later.
Yeah.
And I find it.
We're working on, no, the weekends. That's it.
Mondays, nope.
Yeah.
Fridays,
We're trying to rule out Mondays, but we got the weekends down pat. Besides we've been doing renovations on the house, but we've gotten it to Saturday and Sunday. It's a no work. It's not happening.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it is, I'm not answering the phone. It can be dealt. It can wait.
Yep. Tuesday when it can wait to.
So, any other struggles you see? I know you've been wanting me to get an assistant. Also working on it. We're gonna get there. Or at least just hire some help.
I think either hire some help, put some more things and systems in place.
I've had a lot of disappointment when it comes to hiring help.
Well, what's that?
I've hired friends. I've hired people to help me, and they've either quit on me. Mm-hmm. I've hired people that have overcharged us and haven't done the work.
That too.
Even just regular employees, just hiring them and teaching them, getting them set up in the system, teaching them how I work and what needs to be done. And then, they quit. So I just revert back to doing it myself.
Yeah, I know. And it's hard, man. I know. I see you, man. I talk to my wife, man. She and I tell you, like, she'd be juggling things. I just be like, what can I get some of that over here?
Yeah.
But you are a true, and I say a business person. Like I
So are you.
I'm a bit like, I feel like I'm a novice. When I look at you, I be like, this is some CEO type of stuff. But I don't want to downgrade what I do because I'm gonna be real. The challenges of it all, like I seem to do that a lot and like downgrade myself to be not a business person. And I'm gonna be honest, it's taken me a while to actually walk on those shoes and actually be confident enough to be like, I am a business owner.
Yeah.
But but it's a struggle still for me. It's still a struggle.
Yeah.
Uh, Sometimes I don't feel like I'm the best.
Yeah.
I'm coming, and I struggle with that. I struggle as a new business owner.
I think that's another challenge too. Just finding community and other people that kind of feel the same way you feel and having those people to talk to that say, no, I had that same issue or I'm currently dealing with that as well. And, how are you getting past it or what are you using or what are you doing? We're still trying to find that community, but also having this podcast, we're trying to build that
Yes,
community.
and reach out and
Hey,
that other people are
join us.
join us. Yeah,
We're struggling too. We make money, but it's chaotic and it's stressful. And sometimes we want to quit and give up and go back to work. And then we're like, nah, ain't no way.
we'll just figure it out. Keep it the same.
Yeah.
This is fun, man. Like I would give this up for that, man. Like this journey has been is a blast.
Yeah. Even with the struggles.
Even with
Even
the
with the
struggles
challenges.
and the challenges. Um, is there any other struggles or challenges that you?
Um, Juggling the family aspect of it, the balance of it all.
Yeah, mom, mom,
Wife.
wife.
The daughter, sister, cousin, like
Granny.
yeah, grandma.
Yeah,
Just having time to, like when you're living your dream, it's hard to find a problem with it. It's hard to find, like I don't want to say if it's hard to find it. It's hard to acknowledge it because you're so grateful that you're doing the thing you always wanted to do.
yeah.
And you don't want to complain about it. I'm doing things that other people would love to do. So to sit and complain about it feels like
That sucks.
yeah.
Hmm.
So um
You know, uh, I don't know if you asked me this. I think for me, like challenges, just like it's like sometimes I feel like I'm last, and I don't know if that sounds right.
mm,
Like I work. Sometimes we work in long hours, and the challenges for me is just, can I just get you for 1 minute? Like like I feel like I'm standing in line. I'm looking around the corner and the line is curving around the way there, and I gotta wait. And then I get to the thing and the door closed. It's like, well, I guess I'll come back tomorrow. Tomorrow's another day. It's all right, guys. It's all right. I'll be back. And I'm back in the line again.
that
And
sucks.
it's okay.
It
Um, because again, like I said earlier, I get it in other ways. And I'm appreciative that I have a partner
yeah.
that I can share this with.
Yeah.
And just like she has struggles, I have my struggles, but we do it together. And in the end, it all meshes out. Like kind of, it
We're finding the balance.
we're finding the balance.
Yeah.
Balance to me is probably one of the biggest struggles. I think
Yeah.
the balance of balancing it all. The kids, the money.
Sometimes I don't feel like men have that challenge. And I don't want to sound like men don't have these challenges, but you may not worry about the kids in the way that I do. You know, you may not when it comes to, our kid needs to go to the dentist and hey, they need to, go to the doctor. Everybody needs doctor's appointments. Like when I'm making we all wear glasses. I gotta make 4 separate eyeglass appointments, I gotta make 5 dental appointments. So it's like,
I think, and I don't want to say this, and it sound like I'm being chauvinist, but I think women have like layers. Oh, excuse me, that like their layer. of how they can multitask. Because I watch my mother, I watch my grandma, I watch other women do it, and I watch you do it on a daily.
Yeah.
Just just put things in. It's just like I lose my mind, you know. And um, I think you sent me an article one time, and this young lady was telling how like the the processes of like as far as how there's background things that are, and then it's a name for it, where there's things being done. I'm so sorry, y'all. Not, I don't know the.
Yeah, like there's things happening around you
Just,
guys.
it's like what did they call it?
I don't know the term, but there's things that's happening around you guys in the house, and y'all don't even realize I'm doing it.
Yeah, but it's like in the background, like these that like and I'm trying like now it's now that I know what it is, I've tried to help. I try to like I go in there and say, hey, babe, look, you said you say Zion needs a dentist. I'm over there. Zion needs a dentist.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put this in the calendar.
Yeah.
And I'm trying. Sometimes you would say things subliminally, or you would say it, and I just
Oh yeah, but I'm quick to just throw something out there and then just get back to what I'm doing.
and
It goes over your head.
it goes over my head, and then you're like, God darn it, I said, this is what I said, and I'm like, ooh, she did say that a couple days ago. I should have did something about that. Sorry. We be doing so much stuff, like just
Which goes back to having systems
in place, right?
It all ties in together. Just not having the business run as an organized unit creates chaos at home, in the marriage, with everything. So, as an entrepreneur, again, if you're unorganized in life, if you don't set boundaries in life, if you don't challenge yourself, or if you don't delegate tasks, or if you don't ask for help, you're gonna do those same things in business.
Yes.
You're not gonna flip a switch and walk out the door every morning and become a different person. That is the essence of who you are. So you have to entrepreneurship holds up a mirror sometimes. It's like, so who are you? Like, I'm gonna show you who you really are, and having a job doesn't challenge you to face those things sometimes.
No, it don't.
You can, like you said, the blueprint's there. You just show up to work, do your job,
Go home, collect a check in 2 weeks. Hey, start all over again.
Yeah. But entrepreneurship holds up that mirror and says, oh, I'm not good at delegating.
I'm not good at, you know, firing and hiring, or,
Confrontation.
confrontation
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
all that stuff. I mean, pick a leg in the business,
Yeah.
and it's hard to be, you know, 100 facets of things, and you're just one person.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
So we have some goals for
oh yeah,
the new year,
definitely.
and we're excited.
I'm really excited.
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
So we've hit the financial goal. We've made the million. So now how do we sustain it? How do we grow it? How, that's a big issue for business owners, is that growth strategy, taking what you have and multiplying it and replicating it, because you can't do it in chaos.
Right. I think setting the goal for next year, like we've so every year we have set a goal.
Yeah. Yeah.
For the businesses, for our personal life, and how things are going to be run the next year.
Yeah.
And we are so far, like we met the goal. Like here it is at the end of the year, and we've now it's time to take it to the next level and set more goals as far as like setting us up for success, for to grow the businesses and push them in a different direction for growth.
So, goals.
Goals. One goal. put systems in place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Hire.
hire people to delegate,
Yeah.
delegate, delegate.
Um, Setting more boundaries for me in my business. As far as, just handling tasks and not taking on everything myself. But again, those boundaries as far as, what I'm willing to do, how far I'm willing to go when it comes to clients, when it comes to employees, and when it comes to interfering in my everyday life.
Right.
Um,
It's okay to say no. Just to let y'all know.
yeah.
No.
What was that saying? No is a full sentence. Just put a period on the end.
They're like, no, I'm not doing that.
So, yeah. So we're going to be setting up systems. We're going to be creating strategies
Strategy.
more and setting boundaries in the business in order to grow this to the next financial goal. Yeah, 5, 10.
Or
And
or start new businesses.
because we do that all the time.
Yes, we do.
So I think today was this conversation was heavy for me. Because it exposed, my underlying the underbelly feelings about the business. I'm excited about the money we make. I'm excited about the successes we have, but it's weight sometimes.
It is. But it just you just I'm gonna say you humble yourself, but you look at like you said, you look at your mirror and say, hey, okay, these are some issues. These are underlying things that I need to address
And where can
because
I improve?
and where we can improve
Yeah.
in the businesses, and look, it's not perfect. This is not a perfect world. Business is the being an entrepreneur is not being perfect. It's about really learning about your failures and your mistakes so you can become a better businessman, businesswoman, business person.
I wish there was another word for failures and mistakes. I know it sounds so horrible. Nobody wants to fail at things.
Right.
But I think that like they say, large companies call it R&D, research and development, and
Yeah.
we're doing a lot of that. So we're in the R&D phase still.
Hey.
Yeah, no.
But that's how you get to become, the multi-million-dollar company,
Yeah.
and a lot of businesses don't make it in the first 2 to 5 years,
Yeah.
and if you're able to make it past that, sometimes after 5 years, it's still a challenge.
Yeah. So this was great.
Yeah, it was great.
I like learning how you really feel about things, Copeland. So I want to thank you guys for joining us today in this conversation about our challenges and our struggles in business.